y'all? Big Herc916. You know, I'm all about that positivity and that motivation. And, I was talking with somebody and they were asking me, man, what do you think about R. Kelly? You think he's going to ever get out again, or, have an opportunity to be free? And I said, I don't really know. I ain't really even gave it much thought. But one thing I do know is that there was a lot of R. Kelly type shit going on when I was in school. And I never really thought about it until I reflected on the shit that used to go down with the young cheerleaders, the young, students, and these old ass niggas who would come up to the school flossing that had, graduated 4, 5, 6, some of them 8 years prior. I'm like, why would they be up here? These are grown men, coming up here cherry picking these young females, and they got cars, they got money, they got all these things going on, but they're not dating women their age. And everybody trips out off of the whole R. Kelly thing, and it ain't something that I would ever entertain. I never, once I graduated, considered going back up to a high school and knocking a 10th grader or a freshman, or to try to assert my maturity over some young female, because I'm like, dude, I'm in college. I'm gonna go to college and bust some college cheeks. It's so much ass in college, man. I'm not tripping off the high school anymore. I'm out. But I do remember freshman year, talking to young girls, man, and they would always be talking about, oh, that's so and so, or he from so and so, or he blah blah blah, and that's so and so. And these dudes, I'm like, you go to lunch, and these dudes be walking around on campus, and they knew school faculty, and they were cool, and these niggas was D-boys. They were straight gang members, man, and they be hanging out with their Jerry curls and shit, man, and perms, and be up there flossing and buying, girls honey buns and burritos and the lines and shit, man, and here you are trying to play sports, trying to be a jock, or, a good student, an academic, and the girls say, oh, you're cute, blah, 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 and they would hold your hand in school, but, you go outside to the parking lot, and they getting in the car with another motherfucker. They jumping right in the whip with him. So, you like, how can you compete? This dude, he's got a full beard, he's got a car, he's got maybe multiple cars with sound systems in it. Back then, they had mini trucks, Mustang 5.0s, the Fox bodies, Caprice Classics with Beat, Dayton's and Vows, or Zeniths and Vows. And you would see this stuff, man, and you'd be on your little 10-speed, and you would see the girl drive right by you in the car with this old cat while you riding your 10-speed. Now, who you think's busting her cheeks? You might get to bust them on a fluke, but this dude is busting them. You know what I mean? On a regular, because he's buying her. He's buying her shit that you can't buy in high school. And this is it was normal. They tried to normalize it, but in the back of my mind as a youngster, I was always like kind of upset about it. And it's like, how can you compete? And anytime when these older cats stepped in, basically he could snatch whatever female he wanted to, because that's how it was going down in North Highlands. These dudes would come through and they would knock the cutest little females at the school, and all these girls were underage, all of them, but yet these dudes would be up there, and these girls would entertain these dudes. And so, they would maybe talk to you and hang out. I remember, kicking with some females, and then they telling us we got to leave at a certain time because so-and-so and so-and-so's coming through. And I'm like, damn, if we stay and try to, play the situation out, we're going to end up getting into some funk with these dudes, because they older, they ain't from our hood, and they're probably strapped up, and it's going to be all bad, but it's all over, busting cheeks. And it's crazy, man, when you look back and think about it. And, a lot of dudes they didn't give a damn about checking on IDs or nothing. And I don't understand how even like a lot of the parents rolled with it, man. I didn't see like too many of these girls' parents really tripping, but a lot of these girls, you know, back in that community back then, it was, I don't know, man. It was just it was weird because there was no social media, so it wasn't really put out there to where you looked at it like, wow. But looking at it, I'm like, man, now I'm like, wow. He was 22, 23, 24, 25. She's 16, 17. That ain't right, man. That ain't cool. You know what I mean? Looking back, man. You know, and I personally had a couple girlfriends, man, hey, you're cute, hanging out with him at school, after basketball practice, whatever, you sweating, thinking you little baby Michael Jordan or something, or Julius Erving. And then, you go to the mall on the weekend, she talking about she can't see you that weekend. She there with this cat who's, a known drug dealer. And he's buying her something at Express or one of those little stores in the mall. I'm like, oh, okay. And so I learned at a young age, man, you don't trip over no female, man. Don't get all emotional and, all that drama and stuff like a lot of these dudes fighting and, oh, man, over a female. Man, it ain't worth it, man. It ain't worth it, She probably got R. Kelly'd when she was young, and now she on some just really whoever got the biggest bag time, whoever could take her to that Neiman Marcus, whatever, Gucci. But, it ain't worth it. It ain't worth it, man. And, it ain't nothing new. It ain't nothing new. Even some of the stuff, you look back and think about when they had Brooke Shields and Playboy and she was underage. What was that? What was that, man? The Roman Polanski thing, they were doing all kind of weird shit over there. But, what comes to light and you look at, you realize some of this stuff, man, it was wrong a long time ago, and it doesn't make it right now. So, what's up with R. Kelly, man? I really don't know. Like I said, I really ain't gave it no thought. He was, going to McDonald's in a Maybach, man. He was out of pocket, bro. He was out of pocket. Get you a woman, man. But yeah, I had a couple, of girls I dated get snatched up on some R. Kelly time when I was youngster. So I know what, how these dudes get down, man, and how they basically prey on these young females, man. And it ain't right. Big Herc916. Hey. I got that work. Hey, see, while y'all in quarantine, I got that work. Split the coronavirus wig, man. Hey, go to the link in the description and get your limited edition coronavirus wig splitter shirts. Big Herc916 getting down fresh out.